one caller here. We have a Kyle. Kyle, who's calling in from Arizona. Kyle, you are live on Truth Wanted. What's up?
How you doing, guys?
Doing pretty good. How about yourself? I
Doing all right.
see you responded to our poll question, which was,
Yeah.
is the argument of problem of evil a good argument against the existence of God? What did you think about that?
We might not disagree, but I don't think it's a good argument from against most theists.
Yeah,
I don't know how you
yeah,
guys
I
feel about
agree.
that.
I think it's not convincing to most theists. I do still think it's like I think it's logically sound. First of all, there's multiple kinds of the problem of evil, and it gets really in depth. But by and large, most
Sure.
problem of evil arguments, if we're talking about, there's dysphony, which kind of says, oh, there's like, this design of the world is stupid versus, oh, there's like intentional evils and stuff. There's these different kinds of nuances to it. But by and large, yeah, I do think the problem of evil does conflict with most mainstream ideas of a Christian God. But I don't think it's convincing to most people. I think people have kind of said, oh yeah, sure, evil exists, but free will though. or something like that. So anyway.
Sure. Sure. But I mean, I guess you have to use the argument on the type of theist that you're talking about. So I don't know if
Mhm.
I don't even know if is it a good argument is a good question to ask, because is it a good argument against who? Is it? It's not going to work with the Hindu, because yeah, of course, evil is in the plan. I mean, that's
Yeah.
it's all in, depending on, and it depends on the type of Hindu that you talk to. But it's not really gonna affect a lot of Muslims, because yeah, evil is a test. It really only works. So, is it a good argument against the mainstream Christian religions that we have today? I I would say yes, but I think, like you said, they have so many ways to get around it that I don't think it's an argument that people should generally go in on.
I agree. I
Um,
agree. Heathen, what do you think?
No, I agree. I think it's like you said, it's a logically sound argument, but like a lot of other arguments, they're always going to find a way to wiggle out of it
Mhm.
somehow. Because any argument you can think of, there's some text in the Bible contradicting it.
Yeah, yeah. As far as the
right.
Christian God's concerned, it does cause a case of non-existence for me. But there's also lots of other things you can point to that I would rather point to
Mhm.
first, long before I get to the problem of evil. So there you
Yeah, I
go.
mean, and
That's
there are Christian denominations that would. Oh, I'm sorry, I interrupted you guys. Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead. Yeah, go
There
ahead.
are certain Christian denominations that will say absolutely, yeah, no, evil's totally part of the plan. I mean,
That's
I've met
true.
Calvinists who are like, yeah, no, evil is yeah, of course God does evil, because God is punishing those who aren't chosen, and if you're not chosen, then of course it's okay for God to do evil. I had a conversation with someone
That's
yesterday who said that bone cancer in children was okay, because if it wasn't for bone cancer in children, then it wouldn't be fair to all the people who aren't children that get bone cancer. So I mean, that person's not going to have a problem with the problem of evil, because it's like, well, yeah, but because if there is no evil, then it's not fair. It's not fair to all the people who have bad things happen to them. So of course there's evil. Like you can't rationalize with those people. But so even if it's logically
right.
sound, like you guys are saying,
Yeah.
and I agree, yeah, it totally is a logically sound argument. It's just,
Yep.
yeah, I think we're
Yeah,
in
but we're
agreement. I'll let you guys get to your last caller.
no, it's just when yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt real quick, but that's what happens when, unfortunately, when you have different groups of people that are interpreting things in the Bible to fit whatever it is that they want to believe, whatever version of it that they want to believe. Like I was saying earlier, they can find anything in the Bible to justify any belief. Although I have to say I've never heard that argument about childhood cancer before.
Yeah,
That's
that
a new
is
one.
It
interesting.
it
Yeah.
it it honestly stunned me. I could not imagine anyone would say that to my face. It almost made me cry. It was so upsetting to hear someone literally say, well, yeah, they were arguing against St. Jude's Hospital. They thought that St. Jude should be shut down. So it was a waste of money, because those kids should have cancer, and it's not fair that we were spending that much money on them, because we're not spending that much money on anybody else.
Some people just like to
And
justify cruelty. You know, they really do.
Yeah, and they weren't. They weren't even religious. They were an atheist who said it. So we didn't. You couldn't even use the problem of evil against them. They were just, I don't know, a crummy person, I guess. But yeah, you guys have one more call, so I'll let you get to it. It sounds like we're
Thanks,
in
Kyle.
agreement. So thanks for taking my call, and have a good weekend, guys.